Welcome to the Will Smith of Chicago, Illinois nonprofit home video and artwork creations. In this particular video, we'll be talking about the Dome of the Rock outer wall, dual stone axis, and how it shows in geographic land surface area to the book of Genesis 49 chapter 8 verse, GIZA SPHINX lion is the tribe of Judah, who cast down as a lion, and as an old lion. Well, out of all of the visitors that enter the Jerusalem gates, they go up to the top of the steps and then they look through these gates, a series of gates, right, at this octagonal building structure that has a golden dome. Well, just on the wall next to the door that you enter into the holiest building of King David and Solomon. Now we're talking about African King David, African King Solomon. So there's a dual X, just like this. One X below the other X. And this is part of Will Smith of Chicago, Illinois nonprofit home video and artworks creation, latest archaeological, theological, and astronomical discoveries, in which I made a video and posted on Facebook and YouTube and on Flickr about how the GIZA SPHINX lion of the tribe of Judah was in a theological-based form of racism denied within the 400-year-old mistranslated European King James Bible text. The biblical light that comes up every day. What is it in the King James Bible text? They're talking about a man created to earth first, separated the water from the dry land. That's false. So flush that crap down the toilet stool. Now who created the world? Light. So what is the solar theology of ancient Judaism? Light. Now let's go back to the GIZA SPHINX. In front of the Isaiah 19, a black man facing a lion's body. That was, the book of Genesis speaks of him as Genesis 49 chapter 8 verse, couching Ethiopian lion sphinx of the tribe of Judah. Okay, you go to the Giza pyramid, you see this GIZA SPHINX lion face of Judea, ancient Judaism. This black man facing a lion's body in front of the North African pyramids. He's facing east toward the sun. He's saying, what? That's 1 John 1:1 biblical light that exists in the black outer reaches of space before creating the 5 billion year old world. You say, now what? Well, if you at 12 o'clock noon, stand there right in front of the pyramid and look up at 12 o'clock in Egypt, in front of the, you're going to see the sun directly over the pyramid. You saying, what? That's right. So now what? I'm educating Afro-American ministers all around the world. They look at my video. So at 12 o'clock noon, the sun is directly over the North African Egyptian pyramids. Right. Now, here's a geographic discovery of the GIZA SPHINX that was denied in the King James Bible in a theological-based form of racism. Okay, now what? Let's look at the same GIZA SPHINX, lion of the tribe of Judah, pyramids from a helicopter. You saying, what? Okay, now let's get over the pyramids and look straight down. We see 1, 2, 3 pyramids, and the black man facing a lion's body in front of the second pyramid. Now remember, he's some ways in front of the second pyramid, right? He said, okay, like he's 2 pyramids in front of the second pyramid. That's his length. In front of 2 pyramids distance. Okay, now what? Now I'm finna put some truth in the game. So what? Afro-American minister and preacher that denied GIZA SPHINX lion of the tribe of Judah. The lion of the tribe of Judah. Okay, I'm finna put some truth in the game. Now we're looking down on 3 pyramids. Now we're going to take a line and draw it from each corner of the pyramid until it intersects the next pyramid. You say, what? Yes, right. Now remember, it's 3 pyramids. So, okay, so I got this on my video. So you draw a line from each pyramid corner, the base, where the pyramid sit down on the ground, extend it until that line go past the second pyramid. And so I did it. And guess what? A cross came up, y'all. What? An Ethiopian cross. Remember? Go to Ethiopia. The holy building in LALIBELA. The cross-shaped building in LALIBELA. They have a 6-point star in the ceiling. Yeah, black people. Yeah, black people. The African continent children of Ham has a cross-shaped building. Now let's go back to the Giza Pyramid. Giza Sphinx, Lion of Judah, pyramids. Uh-oh. Look. Teach your young children that the Egyptian pyramids, black man facing a lion's body, his 3 pyramids is generating a cross. Now turn the cross sideways, you got an X. You say, uh-oh, you mean that so-called Jesus cross? Flush that Jesus cross down the toilet stool. Say what? It's got to be a real cross. Okay, so draw an X on a white blank sheet of paper. That's a cross, y'all. You say, what? That's what the pyramids is generating. An X. So this Ethiopian cross appears on the dome of the rock outer wall. You say, uh-oh, it's right, man. You've been lied to. In a theological based form of racism by the English people that wrote your English Bible. Like you go to England, it's called the Queen's England. The Queen's English. Yeah. Those white people in Europe wrote 66 books. Now it happened by King James in 1611. Go back 400 years from today. You say, the translated slave trade was 1609 when black people were shipped from Africa and whipped on their back to pick cotton in Mississippi and Alabama and Georgia. Pick that cotton, boy, Kunta Kinte. Who's whipping you on your back in slavery? Everybody in Europe called the children of Shem. Everybody in England and Greece. So go back in the Old Testament and take the Greece, the Romans, and the Philistines and throw them all in one big bag back to Europe. So what? That's it. Those are the people that you're reading the Bible from. Remember, King James appointed 72 Greek and Hebrew scholars to get together and write a book, 66 books called the Bible, about your African continent. You said, what? Well, it's theological-based racism involved by the white people. Why? Because when it came to the Giza Sphinx in front of the pyramids, Lion of Judah, they erased it and placed Jew, J-E-W, in every place in the Bible where the word Judea. What? That's right. So don't look at a white European-faced Israelite and call him a Jew. Remember the Bible says those who call themselves the children of Judah and are not. Okay, that's who the white European-faced Israelites are. Go to Israel today and look at President Netanyahu, the president of Israel. It's a white man in a black suit. So what? Yeah. He's so white, he needs a suntan. In fact, you put Netanyahu, the president of Israel, in Wall Street with a suitcase, he looked just like the Wall Street brokers. She said, what? That's right. A white man in a black suit, y'all. So what you telling me? Who is the rough gold as the king of Grecia? The book of Daniel. The book of Daniel. Talk about white people conquering Africa. They called him the rough gold is the king of Grecia. And in the latter times of his kingdom, he should stretch forth his hands to conquer Egypt, Ethiopia, Jerusalem, and all the Holy Land areas of the GIZA SPHINX line of ancient Judaism. Okay, case closed. Okay, so who conquered Africa? White people. Who wrote the English Bible? White people. Now let's retract this. Remember all the lies they told you in Sunday school? Because you was young, you didn't know no better. You was innocent and young, remember? You believed in doing right and honest and being truthful. Okay, by nature, you wanted to be honest and truthful and right when you was growing up, when you was a teenager. You said, yeah, uh-huh, okay. So your mama and your papa, with their brainwashed selves, pushed the Bible on you, and you already want to be good and honest and truthful. But they pushed the Bible on you and tripped you up. You said, why? Because now they telling you, get on your knees and pray to a white man that creates the world. Get on your knees and pray to a white man that creates your soul. Which is a bunch of hogwash. The biblical light that creates the world is in the book of John, is also the biblical light that lighteth every man that cometh into the world. So what? That's right. So say it again. The same biblical light that comes up every day, called the sun, in the black outer regions of space, that same biblical light that exists 93 million miles away across the black outer regions of space, as it shines its holy hydrogen light creation across the entire black outer regions of space toward the blue basketball-shaped earth. So now what? That same light shining across the 93 million mile distance of black space is the same light glowing around all the cells in your body. You say, what? Yeah, I got a video. I'm going to show you an electron microscope image of the biblical light that created the world. It's the same biblical light that lights every man that comes into the world. You saying, what? That's right. You say, you got a microbiology video. Yeah, a microbiology video. And what does that video show? Well, you take a cell sample from your flesh, you can take some saliva, right, and put it under the microscope. It's white. Okay, your saliva is white already, right? Right. And you say, well, why? Because it's got oxygen and hydrogen light. You say, what? Remember the same light that's going fruits, vegetables, apples, and oranges, and trees? What? Yeah, the same light of God that created the world is also the biblical light that lighteth every man that cometh into the world. You say, what? Yeah, that's right. And now I'm talking, I will show it. You're going to say, now look, everybody has chemical circular cells. If you ever been in biology. You say, okay, that's right. A chemical circular cells that make up my arm, legs, flesh. But each cell has a black dot in the center called cell nucleus. That's right. You said, now what? Now watch this video. So look at that. It's a rotating circle hydrogen light plasma. A bright glowing light rotating around all the chemical circular cells that make up the human body. Now, that's it. And it's a shame that your Afro-American minister, preacher, and pastor that graduated from high school and college can't show you a microbiology video of the biblical light glowing around all the chemical cells that make up the human body. You say, okay, Noah. That's the biblical light, man, that lighteth every man that comes into the world. You say, wait a minute, you tell me that's the light of my soul? My soul? Your soul is a light. Okay? And the light that creates the world is a hydrogen light. Your soul is a hydrogen light. Now what's looking out your eyes? It's hydrogen light. Now let me explain this so you won't get tripped up. Take a home computer scanner. You say, what? Yeah, I'm going to show you that the biblical light can see. What? That's right. When your soul leaves your body, that light can walk through, move through walls like a radio wave. In fact, if somebody's outside on the cell phone and you in your bedroom, hey, how you doing? You can talk through the wall, through the air with electromagnetic waves. Okay, now, somebody in Africa and you in Chicago, and you talked into them on your cell phone, you can say, hey, how you doing? And they wave thousands of miles away in Africa. You're talking across the air, across the water, across the tree with electromagnetic radio waves. Okay, that's how television waves enter your television and your cell phone. Say, so now what? I'm going to show you that that light is your soul. Now, let me explain this, that light can see. You said, what? That's it, y'all. Remember, who was telling us about the light? A black man facing a lion body in front of the Isaiah 1919 Giza Pyramid. He called the GIZA SPHINX Lion of the tribe of Judah. Now, go to Egypt today, you see a black man, a GIZA SPHINX, facing east toward the sun. The biblical light that created the world in 1 John 1:1. Well, let me explain this. When the white people took over Africa and wrote the white English King James Bible, lie, that denied the GIZA SPHINX of Judea and Jerusalem, they also denied the Son, throne of God. You say, oh, wait. White people? what was his name? King James. King James in your history class book. Who King James of England, 400 years ago in 1611, gathered 72 Greek and Hebrew scholars together to write a Bible about your African continent. GIZA Sphinx, in front of the pyramids, Judea and Jerusalem. But don't get off the track about this light. You said, okay, break it down. When the white man took over Africa, he had to destroy the solar theology of the GIZA Sphinx in order to put a white man in a robe in outer space and show God. You said, okay, break it down. Okay. That light can see. Case closed. Let me say it 3 times. Your soul light can see without human eyes. What? Your soul light that's flowing through your heart. You said light flowing through my heart? Yeah. In the hospital, they use the EKG machine. Hook up wires to the heart to a computer. They go beep, beep, beep. And when the light stops flowing through your heart and body, they go beep. It flatlines. What? What? Go and touch that dead person. An hour later, they cold. A dead cold body. When they're alive, they got a warm, hot body. Now turn the light off in your living room. You say, oh, okay. Go touch the light while it's on. It's hot. The bulb. Turn it off. Now wait a little bit. If you go back and touch that bulb, it's going to be cool. Okay, now what? So when the light leaves the human body, the body turns cold. Okay, but you didn't explain how that light is seen through your eyes. Okay, a home computer scanner, right? Put a white Corvette, take a blank sheet of paper, put it on the home computer. Now, why did a red Corvette on that blank sheet? A red Corvette. Now, put it on the home computer, push the button to scan. Now, while it's scanning, raise the scanner lid up. Oh, my God, it's a big, bright light shining on a white piece of paper with your red Corvette. Then it translated through the copper wire up onto your computer monitor. What's on the red Corvette, y'all? All you educated ministers and preachers, shut up and start the talking. Light. The computer light. Okay. Now let's go turn the whole computer scanner off. Now put the white piece of paper in front of your face. Now look at it. What's looking out your eyes at the red Corvette? You said light, brother, light. Okay, turn the home computer scanner back on. Put the red Corvette on blank white sheet of paper back on the home computer scanner. Push the button and scan. What's scanning that Corvette image on the home computer? Light. Okay, now I'm going to do it better. Take the lid off the home computer scanner. You know the lid? Now push scan. Now hold the computer, the scanner, if you're strong enough, up to your chest. Oh my God, that scanner light is looking at the wall. Put your hand over the home computer scanner while it's scanning. Uh-oh, that white light sees my hand. Okay. So if that home computer scanner light can see the wall, can see a Corvette on a blank sheet of paper. If that light was to leave the home computer scanner, it would be a ball of light that could see the wall and float through the wall. You said, what? Okay, now when your soul light leave your body get cold. But that light is surrounding your heart, making it bump. Just like if I put 2 electric wires to your body, you're going to get electrocuted and jump. Okay, well, what's making your heart jump, pump? It's the light of God. And so what did the white people do when they conquered Africa? They put a white man's eye on the back of the dollar bill pyramid above the sun, in front of the sun. Take a dollar bill out your pocket and purse. Look at it. The white people that conquered Africa, conquered Egypt, the pyramid lying GIZA SPHINX of the ancient King James Bible, of the old of Judea and the old King James Bible. So what did they do? They lied about the sun. The biblical light is 1 John 1:1. in order to put white Jesus and white Jehovah in our space straight and earth. Said, so what's the big deal? Remember that light in the home computer can see the wall. And if that white light left the home computer, it'd be a ball of light. You say, why? Why? Because the sun in our space is the ball of light. What? Yeah. And you say, now what? Well, what's your, remember the 7 rainbows surrounding the throne of light in the King James Bible? You say, yeah? Okay. Well, there's 7 rainbows surrounding the human body. You say, what? Yeah, it's called the human aura. Look at it. Look at it. It's 7 rainbow circles surrounding the human body, called the human aura. Now what? Well, remember, in the King James Bible, book of Revelation, the biblical light that creates the world has a rainbow emerging from it. You said, what? Uh-oh. Now let's come back to the human body. If there's 7 rainbow circles surrounding the human body, where the light should be in the center of the circles, right? Put your hand, let a human stand in front of you with 7 rainbow circles surrounding their body called the human aura. Put your hand directly in the center, you touching their heart. You saying, what? Their heart is in the center of the 7 aura, human aura. Okay, now what? If I put 2 electrical wires to your body, you're going to jump. Now what's making the heart jump? You say, oh my God, electrical energy. That's right. Now wake up and smell the coffee. But wait, I haven't explained what ministers and preachers failed to tell you. What your minister and pastor is failing to tell you about your light in your body, surrounding your heart. That biblical light that existed in the black outer regions of space before creating the 5 billion-year-old world, it's on all the ancient Egyptian temple walls as a sun with wings. You go back in the Old Testament, the oldest city in the book of Genesis is Babylon, started by the African continent civilization of Ham. Well, the GIZA SPHINX line is in front of the Giza pyramid in Egypt. In Babylon, they had stone step pyramids. And they had 6-point stars with suns. Not at Jesus, not at Jehovah. Make a note of that, because you got to wake your sisters up. Even your beautiful grandmama, as sweet as she is, wake her ass up. What? Up there talking about Jesus created the world and Jehovah. These are men that all have penises underneath their white robes. You said, so what's that? That's what I call the false man-based Lord God world religion character. So I have a penis. You gonna pray to me? Okay, go to the washroom while Jesus and Jehovah is taking a shit. Oh wait, the old beauty white man named Jehovah got to raise his white robe up to take a shit. Now go on, get on your knees while Jehovah is taking a shit. Now pray to him as your God. You're going to hold your nose and say, holy shit. That's right. Wake up. He shits just like you. And you say, what about Jesus? The same thing. Then you wait. Let me clear the air. Was this a white Jesus or a black Jesus? You said, say it again. Was this a white Jesus or a black Jesus? You don't be praying to a man that has a penis underneath his white robe as your God. Okay, did I make my point? You said, now what? That same light that's glowing around your heart is your soul light. So, okay, how do it look? Like a ball. What? That's right. That's what the white man don't want you to figure out. As he bombards your churches with these false European Lord God world religion characters. He said, so you tell me that's a ball like a basketball. Now you got it. You said, what? Yeah, like a basketball shaped glowing light. A ball of light shaped like a basketball in rotation. What's that? That's your mind, bro. It's surrounding your heart. Now remember, that's why the rainbow surrounds the body, called the human aura. In the Bible, the ball of light, the biblical light in the book of Revelation, that exists in the black outer regions of space for create the world, is a rainbow emerging from the throne of light in the King James Bible. Now what? Now you done got that. You have been told the secrets by Laurel Smith, Chicago, Illinois, that your ball of light called the human mind that surrounds your heart, it left the throne of light in outer space. Now you said, wait, break it down. Remember in the book of Joshua, the sun appeared to stand still for about a whole day. Did not go down in the midst of heaven. So with telescopes, look up in our space, we see the sun. Of 1 John 1:1, the biblical light that exists in the black outer regions of space before it created the 5 million world.